Hey, what's up, Facebook fans, YouTubers, and Milestones music students? My name is Jamin, and today I'm privileged to have in the studio with me Tim Metz, an incredible drummer here from the Sacramento area. He's got a bachelor's in jazz from William Patterson University. He was just playing yesterday, I think, with Grammy-nominated Jeff Clayton from American Idol. If you search for him on iTunes, you'll find his CD, Some Birds Like to Fly. His website is Tim Metz, that's Metz with a Z.com. Tim, thanks so much for coming in today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So let me ask you, as a drummer, you're playing all types of styles of music. You play with a lot of keyboardists and guitarists. What is it that bugs you the most that pianists or guitarists do?
The one thing that bothers me the most about piano players and guitar players is when they play the song before the song starts. You know, when they just noodle around and like, oh yeah, you want to play that one? And then they just kind of play a little of it, and the audience is like, oh, they're going to play that one. And then we play that song. That's the worst.
So what would you, what would you like to see instead then? As a drummer, what?
Silence. I would just like you do not play anything. That goes for drummers, bass players, guitar players, every musician that's on a gig ever. Don't play anything until the song starts.
All right. What about drummers? Other drummers that you see up on stage? What's it like to be a new drummer in a band? What should you avoid to really set yourself apart as a professional?
I don't know. As far as being a new drummer in a band, you really just have to remember to keep the quarter notes solid. You just have to keep your time there. As drummers, we're there to make the music feel good. We're there to enhance the music. We're not there to solo. We're not there to do anything crazy. We are there to keep the music feeling good. That's why some of the best drummers in the world don't have the best chops in the world. They just play a lot of time, and that's what drummers do. That's what we're there to do, and hopefully that's what everybody tries to do when they're playing the drums.
All right, so Tim, you sell video lessons online on your website, timmetz.com.
timmetz.com.
And tell me a little bit about what you think about YouTube and what that's done for the music industry. Has it overall helped, overall hurt? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of a strange thing. YouTube is good because it's given a lot of people exposure. But at the same time, I think what's happening to the people that are trying to learn from YouTube is that they expect all their answers to be solved by typing in a search. Like, why do I suck? And they expect 15 different answers. This is that people really expect all the problems to be solved for them as opposed to trying to solve their own problems. And that's kind of just a product of our internet generation right now, I think. I think more people just need to take a little bit more responsibility in what they do and what they're trying to do and actually figure things out for themselves as opposed to just like turning to me or anybody else for quick answers, you know.
How do you use YouTube as a drummer?
Oh, it's a complete time killer. Like, I will get on YouTube and just type in Ferraris and and then just watch for days. And I don't really use YouTube as a drummer. I do I watch old jazz clips of things that I'd never seen before, but in general, my attention span for YouTube is very low.
All right, so tell me, Tim, as someone who's released your own CD, what's your feeling about the recent piracy and copyright laws and things like that? What's your take on those?
Well, I'm not too versed in all the various chapters and whatsoever on the laws and everything. All I know is this, is that if you're going to be a musician, if you're going to be a professional musician, you need to support your fellow musicians by buying their music. That is what you need to do. I don't think that this piracy thing is necessarily a bad thing all the time, but if you want to see a continuation or if you want to have music being an option for a career, you need to buy music from your friends and from people that aren't your friends that you admire so that they can continue to make music. That's my thoughts on piracy. You need to buy music in order to make music.
Okay, so what about the CDs of people who aren't around anymore? You know, like Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis. What about their CDs? If you can get it for free,
the music. You know what? That's kind of a karma thing, I think. You know, my other thoughts on that are when you're listening to music, you should be studying music if you're a serious musician. When you steal something like music, you are then in essence assigning no value to it. And when you assign no value to it, you're not going to listen to it as intently as you would if you spent $15 on it, $10, whatever it is. You spend money on it, you intrinsically put a value on it. And once you do so, you're going to study it and care for it much more than you would have before. So whether or not the people that are making the music have passed, that shouldn't really matter. It should matter that you're putting your own, you're assigning value to the music that you're trying to create and that you're listening to. So,
Now, tell me this: you've got a lot of students right now. I won't try to count them up, but you've taught hundreds and hundreds of people. As a teacher, I guess when you're taking a look at other teachers out there, what do you wish they would do to impact the drumming world in a better way? What would you like to see from a teacher?
Well, I think most teachers are. As long as you're spreading the gospel of music, that's cool. What a lot of teachers need to realize is that what you're doing is you're forming someone's young musical life. It's a really big responsibility. I don't know what other teachers are doing per se, but I just do know that I take it very seriously, and that whatever people are doing at the beginning of their career as musicians, whether they're 6 or 60, what your first lessons are their first imprint onto music. So it's important to make sure that they're having fun. It's important to make sure that they're learning correctly, learning good technique, and learning the fundamentals of whatever their instrument is. And so as long as everybody's doing that, then it's all golden.
All right. And so when they ask you how much should I be practicing each week, each day, what's your answer?
My answer is that you can't put time on it. You should be practicing with goals in mind. If I assign a page of 10 exercises, your goal should be on the first day of practicing to get 3 of those exercises done. Might take you 5 minutes, might take you 10 hours. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. You work at your own pace. But your goal should be to have all 10 of those exercises done for me and performance ready by your lesson on the following week. So I don't know, whatever it takes to get it done.
Well, Tim, thanks again so much for coming in. Appreciate it. Again,
No problem.
his website is timmetz.com. You want to check him out. Thanks. See you next time.